Hey, what's up my fellow collectors? Jim here with another figure review, and tonight we're taking a look at the NECA Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger figure. Very cool. Now, the packaging on this is basically just a big plastic clamshell, but you do see the figure. We have a little bit of graphics down here. Nightmare, cool image of Freddy. The top it does say Nightmare on Elm Street. On the side, you basically just get to continue. On the back, you get these really cool images of the figure. It's telling you that it includes an interchangeable demon head, and there is a bit of a read-up there. Of course, on the other side, it's a continuation of the plastic. On the bottom, you do have the people responsible for making the figure, along with the NECA and Real Toys. But yeah, let's crack this guy out of the packaging and check out. Okay, and here he is all out of the packaging with his accessories, which is basically just a hat and the interchangeable demon head sculpt. But the hat, as you see, looks pretty good. I mean, you know, it's in a soft kind of, rubbery material, but it does look nice. It has a little bit of sculpting in there, like the sculpted on the top and the little dimples here on the side. And you do have like a strap going around it, and it does fit on him very well. And then, of course, we get this sick interchangeable demon head, which just looks amazing. I mean, look at this thing. The sculpt and detail in that is just sick. Really, really cool. Nice job on this thing. Looks really good. The horns and like the nasty texture of the skin and everything, and the ears. The mouth and teeth are done really nice, and I love the white eyes. That just looks so cool. And taking a closer look at the Freddy figure, like NECA always does, you know, they did a really, really good job. The head sculpt looks really good. And you see this nice sculpting detail in there. His eyes look really cool. You know, all these little like kind of scars all over his head and everything look really good. Oh. And the jacket is done really nice. It's a soft, like a really soft, you know, it definitely will get out of the way. You could probably even pull it off the figure if you wanted to. But we get really nice sculpt work all the way down in the jacket. And of course his hand with the glove looks really, really good. It is a little bit warped because these are really soft. But I mean, just look at that. That looks freaking sick. And the other side looks really good. But his sweater looks really good. And of course the inside of the jacket all have that colors. Really cool. Nice texture too. A nice sculpt in the lines and everything like that. Coming down to his pants. His boots look really good. Really nice job on the laces and like painting the little, you know, buckles on this, or the little, you know, knobs on the side. Really nice job. Again, the entire coat is like a softer, you know, plastic, so it does kind of, it is a little bit on the soft side to get out of the way. Coming at the back of the figure. But really nice job. I like all these little like textured lines in throughout, and you do even get like some shading in there as well. And like lift this up, show you the back of the figure. Again, and done, you know, it's done pretty much just like the front. Looks really good. Get mainly just black, you know, but there does kind of look like there's like a little bit of shading in that. I don't know if that's just the light, but looking at this side of the figure, this hand looks really good too. I mean, just I love, you know, what they did with the hands and the face. It just looks so cool. Really, really nice job in paint and sculpt. Now, as far as articulation on him, you do get movement in the head. It's not the best, but I mean, you get about that much up. You get about that much down. Of course, you do have, you know, rotation. And you do get actually pretty nice pivot, you know, right to left. So that's really nice movement. And even like the neck is done really nice. I love that. So you can see that. You even get like that one scar on his neck and everything. Come on, focus for me, camera. Come on, there we go. Really, really nice job on that. And as far as his shoulders, you do get a hinge and swivel. But I mean, the hinge, unless mine's just really tight, only comes out about that far. Of course, that will rotate all the way around. Now, the one thing I don't like is there's no bicep swivel on him. but we do get a single bend at the elbow, which, you know, is really only gives you about that much range. So not very good. Yeah, because it's crashing into the sculpt right there. So that's a little bit, you know, disappointing that you only get that much range. You do get a swivel out of that. The hands, you get a swivel, and you do get a little bit of movement up and down and left to right, pretty much all around. So it's not a hinge. It's probably just a yeah, it's just a little ball peg. But the wrist is almost like, you know, connected to the hand. So you basically get swivel, and you do get up and down, left and right. Now, as far as the waist, all we get is a twist. So there's a cut at the waist, so you get full twist there. You do get a little bit of side to side. You do get a little tiny bit of back and a little bit of forward. So, I mean, you basically get that full kind of rotation in the waist. The crotch piece is soft, and the legs will kick out actually pretty well, that much. They kick back a good little bit, but it gets a little gappy here in the front. You do have thigh rotation. You have a single bend at the knee, which only brings it up about that much, and that will swivel as well. The boot does have a cut right above the boot, so you can get swivel out of the boot. And as far as the feet, it looks like, I don't know if there's a hinge in there, if it's just a little ball, but you really don't get that much movement. You get a little bit of play going back. You don't really get any going forward. You do get rotation, but I guess because of the sculpt, it's just going to kind of kick it at that weird angle. So I guess you could kind of fake that for an ankle rocker and get the job done, but you know, then the sculpt of the boot's going to be off a little bit. But I mean, overall, it's a really, really nice figure. And as far as interchanging the heads, just pop the head off, which is usually not as easy as it looks. Jeez. It's really tough getting that head off, but you basically just get a peg with a tiny little bit of a mushroom on that. And just pop the other head on there. Just really, really tight to get on there, jeez. But as you see, that looks sick. That looks really good. It does look a little bit strange because, you know, there's so much going on in the face here and not much going on with the neck. So there's a definite difference between the neck and the face. I don't think I had this on all the way. I don't think it's supposed to be sticking out and showing that much gappage. But with this head, you do get, you know, nice movement up. Get nice, yeah, it's just not on there all the way, I think. That's why. But of course, you get the same amount of, you know, rotation. You get up, you get down, get a little bit of pivot. The hat, I guess you could technically put it on this, even though it doesn't really want to fit. I don't think it's really made for this sculpt. But the head does, I mean, the hat does fit nice on the head. Put this back on there. Really, really tough switching these heads out for some reason. I guess it's just I gotta mess with it more. But as you see, the hat, you know, fits them good and looks good. Definitely a nice figure. I do wish that we had, you know, bicep swivel. I wish we had a little bit more movement in the elbow. You know, it's that way you could bring it up at least better than 90 and kind of like, you know, because you really can't get very good posability out of them just because we don't have that bicep swivel in there. But I mean, it's going to make a great piece on the shelf. It's going to look good. He is about almost 7 inches with the hat on, and without the hat is like a little bit over 6.5 inches. And let me give you some comparisons with some other figures. So here is a Marvel Legends. So you can see comparison between a standard Marvel Legend. Here is a SH Figure Arts Jack Sparrow figure. And here is the NECA Jungle Disguise Dutch. And here's a model, model Super Saiyan Goku. This is the model. So that gives you a little bit of comparison as far as what he's going to look like on the shelf with some other figures. But yeah, that is the NECA Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger figure. Very, very cool figure. Good looking. It's going to look good on your horror shelf or on any other shelf that you want to put them on. That's the review, guys. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you think about the figure. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll catch you guys in the next figure review. Take care.